What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, your body is missing one tiny but critical reflex, and without it, a single ordinary step could send you crashing to the floor, straight to the emergency room, and potentially change your life forever? That is not meant to scare you. That is meant to wake you up. Because the truth is, most people over 70 have no idea this reflex even exists until it is already too late. And here is what makes it even more frustrating. The fix takes less than 2 minutes a day. 2 minutes. And almost nobody in their 70s, 80s, or 90s is doing it. So if the fear of falling or falling again is something that keeps you up at night or makes you hesitant to walk to the kitchen, get up from the couch, or even step outside your front door, then this is the video that is going to change all of that for you. We are going to cover 6 of the most effective balance exercises for preventing falls, why they work when everything else fails, and how to do every single one of them safely at home starting today. Before we dive in, if you have not subscribed yet, I strongly recommend you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell notification. That way, you will never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video and find it helpful, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And if you feel like I could do better or cover something differently, type 0. I read every single comment and I genuinely use your feedback to make this content more useful for you. Now let me ask you something. When most people decide they want to work on their balance, what do? They stand on one leg. Maybe they hold it for 10 or 20 seconds, wobble a little, grab the wall, and call it a day. Sound familiar? Here is the problem with that approach. Standing still on one leg does almost nothing to actually prevent falls. Why? Because falls do not happen when you are standing perfectly still. Falls happen in motion. They happen when you are walking across the living room and your foot catches the edge of the rug. They happen when you step off a curb and the ground is not quite where you expected it to be. They happen when you shift your weight just a little too far in one direction and your body simply cannot correct itself fast enough. So, if you want to truly prevent falls, the exercises you practice have to train exactly that. Your body's ability to recognize when it is off balance and pull itself back to center before you go down. That is the whole game. And every single exercise I am about to show you today does exactly that. Before we begin, I want to be very clear. If at any point any of these exercises causes you pain in your feet, ankles, knees, hips, or anywhere else, please stop immediately. Work only within what feels safe and comfortable for your body. If you have any concerns about your balance or a recent fall, please speak with your doctor or physical therapist before trying new exercises. Always have a wall, chair, or sturdy surface nearby for support. Let me explain something important first, because understanding this is going to completely change the way you think about your own balance. One of the most critical but overlooked parts of your body when it comes to preventing falls is located right down near the ground, in your feet, and specifically in your toes. When you start to tip forward or lean too far in any direction, your foot muscles are supposed to instinctively switch on. Your toes are designed to grab the ground, to dig in, and to create enough traction and force to pull your entire body back into a safe, balanced position. That is your body's natural fall prevention reflex. It is built right in. You were born with it. But here is what happens over the decades. As we age, especially if we spend a lot of time in cushioned shoes, on flat surfaces, and without challenging our feet and ankles in meaningful ways, we slowly lose the connection to those small but enormously important muscles in our feet. The muscles weaken. The nerves become less responsive. And that reflex, the one that is supposed to kick in automatically when you lose your balance, starts to fade. It is like trying to turn on a light in a room when someone has cut the circuit somewhere in the wall. You flip the switch, nothing happens. The electricity is still there, but the connection is broken. Now here is the really good news. Unlike an electrical circuit, you can rebuild this connection in your body. These foot and toe muscles respond quickly and reliably when you train them consistently. Your nervous system has not forgotten how to fire these muscles. It just needs to be reminded. It needs to be given the right kind of challenge repeatedly to wake back up. And that is exactly what these 6 exercises are going to do. Important warning, before we get into any of these exercises, I need you to stop and read this carefully because your safety is the most important thing here. And I would never forgive myself if someone got hurt trying to follow along. First, if you have been diagnosed with a balance disorder, severe osteoporosis, Parkinson's disease, or any neurological condition that affects your stability, please speak with your doctor or a licensed physical therapist before attempting any of these movements. These exercises are designed for general fall prevention in healthy older adults, and your situation may require a modified or supervised approach. Second, if you have had a recent fall, especially one that resulted in an injury, do not start a new exercise routine without medical clearance. Your body may still be recovering in ways you cannot feel, and pushing too hard too soon can set you back significantly. Third, never do these exercises in socks on a hard floor. Socks on smooth surfaces are one of the most common causes of slips at home. Go barefoot if you can. It is actually ideal for balance training because it maximizes the sensory feedback your brain gets from the ground. Otherwise, wear shoes with a non-slip sole. Fourth, always have something within reach before you start. A wall, a sturdy chair, or a countertop. Not because you expect to fall, but because having that safety net nearby lets you train with more confidence and less tension, which actually makes the exercises more effective. And finally, if any movement causes sharp pain, dizziness, or anything that does not feel right, stop immediately. Do not push through discomfort. There is no exercise here that is worth risking an injury over. Work within what feels safe for your body. Progress at your own pace. And let's get into it. Exercise 1, the toe lean. This is the foundation of everything, the single most important movement in this entire routine. The toe lean directly trains that fall prevention reflex we just talked about. Start in what I call a safety corner, the corner of a room where 2 walls meet. Stand facing into the corner so that both walls are right in front of you on either side. If you tip forward, the walls are there to catch you. You may also want to place a sturdy chair just in front of you within arm's reach for extra safety. Stand with your feet close together, not touching, but only a few inches apart. Back straight, chin up, shoulders relaxed. Now, gently lean your entire body forward from your ankles like a single plank tipping forward. Do not bend at the hips. Keep everything straight. As you lean, you will feel your toes begin to grip the floor. If you are barefoot, this sensation is even stronger, and that is ideal. Before you tip far enough that you have to step forward, let those toes pull you back to center. That is 1 rep. Do 10 in a row. Come back and repeat this 3 to 4 times throughout the day. Once this feels easy, hold a light weight, even just 2 or 3 pounds, bent against your chest to make your toes work significantly harder. This progressive challenge is what rebuilds the reflex faster. Exercise 2, weight shifting side to side. Most falls do not just happen forward. They also happen when we shift our weight sideways, reaching for something, stepping to the side, or turning around. This exercise trains your body to control exactly that kind of movement. Stand behind a sturdy chair with both hands lightly resting on the back for support. Feet hip-width apart, back straight. Slowly shift your weight to your right foot, lifting your left foot just slightly off the ground, barely an inch. Hold for 3 seconds. Then slowly shift back to center and over to your left foot, lifting the right foot just slightly. Hold for 3 seconds on that side. That is 1 full repetition. Do 10 repetitions on each side. The key here is to move slowly and with full control. You are not just balancing. You are teaching your hips, ankles, and core to communicate with each other in real time. As you get stronger, Try doing this with only one fingertip on the chair instead of your full hand. Eventually, the goal is to do it with no support at all. Exercise 3. Heel-to-toe walk. This one mimics the exact kind of walking that trips people up most often. Narrow paths, hallways, stepping carefully around objects. It is sometimes called the tandem walk, and it is one of the best ways to train dynamic balance, which is your balance while you are actually moving. Find a hallway or a clear space along a wall. Place one hand on the wall if you need support to start. Place your right foot directly in front of your left foot so that the heel of your right foot is touching or almost touching the toes of your left foot. Then bring your left foot forward in the same way. Heel to toe in a perfectly straight line. Take 10 steps forward like this, then turn around carefully and take 10 steps back. That is one set. Do 2 sets. Focus on looking straight ahead, not down at your feet, because in real life, you need your balance system to work while your eyes are focused on where you are going, not where your feet are landing. This is harder than it sounds, and that is exactly the point. Exercise 4. Standing marches. When you trip over something, a rug, a step, a crack in the sidewalk, your body needs to lift your foot quickly and high enough to clear the obstacle. If your hip flexors are weak and your lifting reflex is slow, that is when a stumble becomes a fall. Standing marches directly target this. Stand tall behind your chair, hands resting lightly on the back for support. Slowly lift your right knee up toward your chest as high as you comfortably can without leaning your upper body backward. Hold for 2 seconds at the top. Then lower it slowly back to the floor. Repeat on the left side. That is 1 rep. Do 10 repetitions on each side. The movement should be slow and controlled on both the way up and the way down. Do not rush. The lowering phase is just as important as the lifting phase because it builds the eccentric muscle control that keeps you stable when your foot lands back on the ground. As this gets easier, try doing it without holding the chair at all. Arms out to the sides for balance instead. Exercise 5. Clock reaches. This exercise is one of the best for training what is called multi-directional balance. Your ability to reach, stretch, and move in different directions without losing your footing. Think about all the times in a day you reach for something. The top shelf, the coffee pot, a grandchild. Each of those moments is a balance challenge. Stand behind your chair with your right hand lightly on the back. Imagine you're standing in the center of a clock face on the floor. Slowly extend your left leg forward to 12 o'clock, tapping your toes lightly on the floor. Return to center. Now reach out to 9 o'clock straight to the left side. Return. Now reach back to 7 o'clock behind you and slightly to the left. Return. That is 1 round. Do 3 rounds on the left leg, then switch. Hold the chair with your left hand and use your right leg to reach toward 12, 3, and 5 o'clock. Keep your standing legs slightly bent the entire time and your back straight. This exercise builds single leg stability, hip strength, and the ankle control that prevents sideways falls all at the same time. Exercise 6. Sit to stand without using your hands. This one surprises a lot of people. Getting up from a chair is one of the highest risk moments for a fall for anyone over 70, and yet most people never specifically practice it. This exercise does double duty. It builds leg strength and trains your balance simultaneously, making it one of the most practical things you can do to stay safe in everyday life. Sit near the front edge of a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Cross your arms over your chest. This removes the temptation to push off with your hands. Lean your upper body slightly forward from the hips, nose over toes, and then push through your heels to stand up slowly and with control. Once you are fully upright, pause for 2 seconds, then slowly lower yourself back down to sitting. Do not drop onto the chair. Control the entire downward movement. That is 1 rep. Start with 8 repetitions. If this is too difficult without using your hands at first, that is completely fine. Place your hands on your thighs for light assistance and gradually use them less and less over time. The goal is eventually getting up and down with full control and no arm support at all. Now, the best way to use all 6 of these exercises is through what I call balance exercise snacks. Short bursts of training, just 30 to 60 seconds each, spread throughout your day rather than done all at once. Do the toe lean while your coffee brews. Do the weight shifts during a commercial break. Do the sit to stands before lunch. Do the standing marches while you wait for the microwave. It fits into real life in a way that a long gym session simply never will. And research strongly supports this distributed approach for rebuilding balance and coordination in older adults. Small doses repeated consistently throughout the day send a powerful signal to your nervous system, and your body responds. You do not need to do all 6 exercises every single day right from the start. That would be overwhelming, and I do not want you burning out in the first week and quitting. Instead, treat this as a gradual progression. Begin with just the toe lean and the side-to-side weight shifts. Practice those 2 until they feel natural, until you are no longer reaching for the wall, and until you feel genuinely stable. That might take a few days. It might take a week or 2. Either way is perfectly fine. Once those feel solid, add the heel to toe walk, then the standing marches, then the clock reaches, then the sit to stands. Add roughly 1 new exercise per week at whatever pace your body is ready for. By the end of 6 weeks, you will have a complete daily balance routine that takes less than 10 minutes total, and you will feel stronger, steadier, and more confident on your feet than you have in years. And please do not skip these exercises on the days when you feel great. I know it is tempting. When you feel steady, it is easy to think you do not need to bother today, but those are actually the most important days of all. Every single repetition is building the reflex that will fire automatically the next time you stumble, catching you before you even realize you're falling. You are doing the work now, so your body can protect you later in that split second when it matters most. That is the whole point of everything we have covered today. It is not just about preventing falls. It is about protecting your independence. It is about walking through your day without that quiet fear in the back of your mind. It is about reaching for things, stepping outside and living your life fully on your own terms, in your own home for as long as possible. Now, balance is only one half of the fall prevention equation. The other half is your leg strength. And this is something I want you to take very seriously, because a lot of people focus entirely on balance and completely overlook this second piece. And that is a costly mistake. Here is what the research actually shows. People with weak legs are more than 5 times more likely to experience a fall in any given year compared to those with strong legs. 5 times. Let that number sink in. That is not a small margin. Weak legs mean slower reaction times when you start to stumble. They mean less power to push back when your body tips the wrong way. They mean less stability in your hips and knees with every single step you take. And over time, that weakness quietly chips away at your confidence, your posture, and your ability to move freely through your day. Think about the everyday moments that depend on leg strength. Getting up from the couch, climbing a step, walking across a parking lot, catching yourself when you trip. Every one of those moments requires your legs to fire quickly and powerfully. When they cannot do that anymore, the risk of a serious fall climbs fast. And leg strength is one of the things that declines the most rapidly as we age, especially if we are spending more time sitting and less time actively using those muscles. But here is what I really need you to hold on to. Your legs can absolutely get stronger at any age. I mean that it does not matter if you are 70, 75, 80, or well beyond. The muscles in your legs are still fully capable of responding to the right kind of training. They have not given up. They are just waiting for the right signal. And even modest, consistent improvements, the kind that come from simple exercises done at home a few times a week, can make a dramatic difference in your fall risk, your stability, and your day-to-day confidence. That is exactly why I have put together a dedicated video on the best leg strengthening exercises for people over 70. Every single exercise is safe, requires no gym equipment, can be done right at home, and is appropriate for all fitness levels, including complete beginners. That video is on the screen right now. Just click on it next, and I will walk you through everything step by step at a pace that works for you. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.